All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to explore a really powerful idea, something that's super personal but also totally universal. How much of our life is actually our own to control? We're going to break down this incredible reflection on choice, on regret, and on the power we all have to really shape our own future. So it all kicks off with this, a single, powerful choice. I mean, think about that. A decision made at just 17 years old that completely changed the entire course of a life. It's a pretty stark reminder that some moments, some choices, are like these massive hinge points that can either swing the door to our future wide open or slam it shut. And a story like that just forces you to ask yourself this huge question, right? How much are we really the architects of our own lives? And how much are we just kind of playing the cards we were dealt? To even begin to answer that, we have to start by looking at the stuff we can't control. Yeah, to answer that question honestly, we first have to get real. There are some fundamental things about our lives that are completely 100% not up to us. So, this is the starting line. These are the non-negotiables of life. Nobody gets to choose where they're born, or which family they get, or their background. And, at the end of it all, nobody chooses when it's over. These are the fixed goalposts for every single one of us. And here it is. This is the whole point. While the start and finish lines might be set for us, that entire track in between, the whole journey, that's where our choices actually matter. How we navigate it, how we decide to run it, that's where our real power is. And boy, do people navigate that journey in different ways. The source material talks about a few common paths people take, and it really shows this sharp contrast between a life of, intention and a life of just drifting. So look at this. You've got two opposite ends of the spectrum. On one side, there's the planner. This is someone who's deliberate, they work hard, they build a life on purpose. And on the other side, the drifter. Without a plan, they just kind of end up struggling for the basics. Two totally different approaches, and they lead to two wildly different places. But of course, life isn't always that black and white, is it? It's not always just success or failure. So many people find themselves on these other paths that are defined less by a big plan or no plan at all, and more by just reacting to things or by a sense of duty. I mean, really think about these lives for a second. The person who stays in a relationship they're not happy in, their whole life just becomes this one long regret. Or the parent who completely puts their own dreams on the shelf just to give their kids a better life. Or even the person who's just in survival mode, just trying to make it to tomorrow. These are lives that are often being shaped by what happens to them, not by conscious choices they make. And this is where we get to the heart of it all. Looking at these different paths isn't about judging anyone. It's about realizing there's another way. It's about understanding the power we have to actually take control. I absolutely love this quote. It's so perfect. You might not control the horse or the racetrack or the weather, but you do have a say in how you hold the reins. This isn't about having total control over everything. That's impossible. It's about recognizing and using the influence you do have. So what does it really mean to take the reins? Well, it's this. It's a conscious decision. It means you stop drifting and you start steering. It's about making a plan, putting in the work, and actually owning the direction you're heading in, no matter where you started from. And the best part? You can start this right now. It all begins with a shift in your head. First, you have to switch from a passive mindset to an active one. Then you stop just judging things on the surface. From there, you get to consciously decide what kind of journey you really want. And then you just make a plan, even a small one. And you start. Okay, so to really bring this all home, the source uses one last, really powerful metaphor that reframes this whole thing as a call to action. And this is a direct challenge, especially for us today. The modern version of drifting, it's the endless scroll. So if you find your time is just spent passively consuming things instead of actively building something, well, that's a pretty clear sign that it's time to change things up. And think about it like this. Even something that feels like nothing, like posting a status online, that takes resources. It takes your time, your energy, a phone, an internet connection. Your resources are limited. So the big question is, are you investing those resources in building the future you want? Or are you just using them to pass the time? And this really is the bottom line. You don't get to decide if you're in the race of life or not. You're already in it. You're on the track. Just standing still isn't a neutral option. It's basically letting everyone else run right past you. So the only real choice you have is how you're going to run. And that's where we'll leave it. This whole thing isn't about giving you an answer. It's about leaving you with the only question that really matters. You're in the race, so how are you going to run it? The reins are right there, in your hands.